We've had a trampoline in our garden for about 15 years and the kids have all grown up and gone now, and since I've retired I've got into gardening, so I'm thinking I'd like a greenhouse. So I've taken down that's just the top ring from the trampoline, and I'm going to build a greenhouse slash summer house in the place that the greenhouse was. It's got quite a nice outlook, so I'm hoping that when it's finished I'll have room there to put some chairs in and just chill out with a beer while I'm doing a little bit of gardening and a little bit of potting up. That's the plan. First step I'm going to do is make some concrete pods in which to put the base onto, my wooden base, to keep it clear from the floor. So I've got half a dozen washing up bowls and I've made a hole in the bottom of each of them and then put a rebar in, and I'll fill now this up with concrete and you end up with these. So there you go. So, and once I've done another, so I have 9 of those, spread them around, bolt this bit or bend this over and then bolt this to the frame, and that will give me a really solid base and give me good airflow underneath, so nothing rots. So timber's just arrived. I've gone for something called C24, so it's a treated timber. It's pretty good actually. I was a little bit worried. They said it's sawn, but this has got quite a good finish on it. It's planed as well, clearly, so that's not bad. So I just got to get it in the dry now and start working on it. So I've got a bit of a production line going to get the frames cut to size, just using this piece as kind of my template guide and lining each length up so I cut it in exactly the same place every time. Now the timber's cut to size, I'm making mortise and tenons for the joints, so they'll end up all looking like this, and they slot together, and that will make a really solid joint. This is a mortise machine I'm using to cut these out. Makes life a lot quicker, but you could use a router or just a hammer and chisel to do that. Same result at the end of the day. 32 mortises now cut through all those long edges for the frame, and now I'm onto the tenons. So my process is on the saw here, I'm cutting some grooves in at the right height. If you can get down there, you can see the depth of the tenon. Then I'm moving over here and with a hammer and chisel I'm chopping out the waste and leaving the rough shape, and then I'm moving on to the router, the bench router, and that's given me a nice finished tenon. So that's the process. Okay, so the base is now complete and I've glued and screwed that together. So that's square as far as I've calculated. So that's in good shape. I've got to take a little bit of it apart to get it back out of the garage, so I had to plan ahead a bit for that. And up at the back there we've got the frames now, so they're all built. I've got a 67.5 degree angle on the edges, so they'll fit as the octagon. I don't know, you probably can't see that, I don't know. So they'll fit around once I get everything up to the top of the garden and get it all assembled. So now next job is to just make a plate that goes above the frame. So I'm going to use the base as the template for that. I've got some 5x1 to go there, so I'm going to make that up while I've got this assembled in the garage, before I take this up the top, and then from that plate then I'll start to build the roof rafters and get the shape together, and I'll do that in the garage, so I'm outside, out of the wet and the cold. I'm now mocking up the hips just to make sure that the roof's going to work when it's up there, and to also work out what the area is that I'm going to need to put cover with polycarbonate on one side, the sunny side, and also the cedar shingles on the front facing the house. So they are all, that's coming on okay. I'm quite pleased how that's worked out. So final fitting, and then it's all going to be disassembled, and tomorrow I've got some mates coming around going to help me disassemble all of this and get it up the garden, and then I can start the construction. I've got most of the panels now up the garden. I'd finished the frames off. They were all rebaited now, so I don't know if you can see that, but each of the glass panels have all been rebaited. There's one over there, that'll be the doorway. And the base is now down and levelled. That took a lot of time to do. There's more of a slope on here than I'd expected, so I've had to brick up on the far side to make sure this is nice and level, and I've started to just board out the base. I've got another piece of 18mm board coming in a short while, and I'll finish that off, and then we'll get the side panels up. I've reassembled the roof now, all in situ, so we're getting very close to completion. Well, you can see on this side, I've changed my mind. I was going to put cedar shingle on, but I've used some EPDM, which is a leftover from a garage project I did, and it kind of looks like lead as the roofing on the side that's going to face the house, and I like the look. So I've put a capping piece of lead, oh, there we are, on the top, but the sides there, the actual roof itself on this side is with it's a rubber EPDM, so that's worked out quite well. The construction was really quite easy because I pre-assembled in the garage. It made it very easy, or relatively easy, to get it up together and on. Didn't need a lot of help at all. And around the back here you can see that I've put some polycarbonate sheeting around on this side, which is going to get the sun. So remember, this is part greenhouse, part summer house. And I've constructed some doors, exactly the same process, just like two small panels really. And I've got some furniture on there now, so clips open and in you go. So this is the shiplap, went on really nicely as well, so that's on. There's the polycarbonate on the inside, and I've used some OSB 3 boarding on the front that's going to face the house. So as I say, pretty much close to completion. Glass is ordered. I'm going to get someone to bring that in. I don't fancy carrying that up the garden on my own. And now I'm just making some fascias here, just for these probably three sides, just with a little bit of I don't know, oriental styly, just to finish it off. So they'll be going on today, and then I'm just waiting for the glass, and the job's complete. Other than on the bases where I've got to raise them up, I'm going to encase those in concrete, so that's nice and secure. And that's it, job done. Quite pleased. Took me about a month to do. I hope that's helped anybody that's thinking of doing a similar project.